VCAL PD presents Movie Talk Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the 2Sweet movie show. Now, I think the program's changing a bit. Like, I used to do a program on Thursday, now I'm doing it on Monday, so today is Monday, the 18th of June. And we have some pretty exciting movies coming out. It's a big week for movies, last Thursday, actually. Now, the big movie which is out is Incredibles 2. Now, we haven't seen a first one since 2004. So it's been a 14-year wait to see these characters back on screen. Now, it's very critically it's getting really good critical ratings, like an 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb, which is actually pretty good. And it's basically an animated action adventure. And if you're not familiar with the story, basically the story is about Bob Parr, and he's played by Craig T. Nelson, and he's basically Mr. Incredible. And he's left to care for Jack while Helen is out saving the world, who's Elastigirl. So it's a family of superheroes, a husband and wife. It's been really, really anticipated for people to see it. I mean, you know, it will be very, very good. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see this so bad. I've heard so many great reviews. It's bright, it's dynamic, it's like full of humour, and it's a family viewing movie. It has funny cartoon scenes. I mean, it's so good to see Disney and Pixar back. It's just brilliant. And the director and screenwriter of the first Incredibles, Brad Bird, he actually is directing this one. You will be familiar with Brad Bird from Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol a couple of years ago. He's a good director. He knows how to make family movies, and he knows how to make those action thrillers. So he's a great actor, in my opinion. Great director, sorry. Now, it's just about like a family, and they have abilities, and they got special powers. It's so good. I mean, I'm really excited to see this one. And lots of kids really should get out to see it, because it's showing in V Junior and VMAX. It's worth the wait. I mean, I can tell you, it's a brilliant Pixar sequel. It'll be smart, it'll be action-packed, it'll be visually stunning, and it'll be hilarious. It's just everything you expect from Pixar team. But it won't have much tears, you know? It won't have much drama. It's just, this is what it is. Brad Bird, he's an excellent director, right? But he has made some really good things. So, like, he directed most recently Incredibles 2, but before Incredibles 2, he had a critical flop for Disney, Tomorrowland. Now, it was mediocre by critics, but it was a box office failure for Walt Disney. This was an absolute fail. Starring George Clooney, Britt Robertson, Hugh Laurie from The Night Manager, Tim McGraw, Catherine Hayne, Keegan-Michael Kay, and Judy Greer. This was an absolute fail. But his most successful films are ultimately The Incredibles 1 and 2 and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, which was so good with Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, Paula Patton, and Anil Kapoor. If you haven't seen that, you really have to check it out, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Now, yeah, all these people are back for Incredibles 2, but we actually get to see Sophia Bush in this one. Now, I don't think she was in the first Incredibles. I could be wrong. She may actually be in it, but nah, she's for the first time, Sophia Bush is going to be Incredibles. She's playing Void. And you've also got Samuel Jackson, who's back now. We haven't seen him on the cinema since last year in Hitman's Bodyguard, I'd say. No, but obviously that was his last main role, the Hitman's Bodyguard. But you also saw him in Kong Skull Island last year, and you saw him in Triple X Return of Xander Cage. Avengers Infinity War, but he was hardly in it. Still, he's going to be in some pretty good movies. Shaft is going to be out next year. Glass with Bruce Willis. Captain Marvel. Oh, it's really exciting. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, Incredibles 2. It's getting really, really good reviews. I'd decide you to check it out. And especially check it out in V Junior or VMAX. That will give you a very good viewing experience. Now, other than that, there's another movie which actually came out Thursday. Sorry, it came out Thursday, not today. Because today's Monday. It's not Thursday, is it? No. So, but this one, I've talked about it actually, and it's been getting some actually good reviews, which is quite surprising. Now, it's got a pretty good cast. You know, the one with Isla Fisher, Annabelle Wallis, Jake Johnson, John Hamm, Jeremy Renner, Rashida Jones, Hannibal Buress, Ed Elms. And yeah, that's it. But it's one of those Warner Brothers comedies. And this one's about a small group of former classmates, and they organise an elaborate annual game of tag. Now, that requires some to travel all over the country. This tag, it's going to be such an awesome film, right? So excited to see it. It's been getting really good reviews. I want to see it. It's obviously it's going to be surprisingly funny, and it's going to be hilarious. So ignore the negative reviews. Now, this is just like, it's fun. It's a movie you go with your mates to see, really. It's a movie for you and your mates to enjoy. You know, you don't stop playing because you grow old. Like, it's just, it will be easy to watch. It'll be entertaining. John Hamm from Baby Driver and The Town. Isla Fisher, Nocturnal Animals. Jeremy Renner from The Town, Arrival. And it's actually a true story as well. It'll be some good fun, actually, tag. But other than that, you've also got a pretty cool movie out. Now this is cool. And this is getting like brilliant reviews. I'm not even joking. So Upgrade. It's a movie with not many people have heard about yet. But I'm excited to see this, you know? I'm so psyched. This week has been a massive movie week. I mean, you've got The Incredibles 2, 14-year wait. And then you've also got Tag, the comedic adventure movie, starring all these stars you know and love. And then you've got Upgrade, who doesn't star anyone popular, but it still makes a difference. And it's also filmed in Melbourne. It's filmed in Craigieburn in a couple of scenes. So this is going to be really interesting. It's an action sci-fi, and if you haven't seen the trailer, you have to check it out, because this looks insane. Now, basically, the story is, it's set in the near future, and technology controls nearly all aspects of life, right? But when Gray, played by Logan Marshall Green, he's the main character, a self-identified technophobe, has his world turned upside down, and his only hope for revenge is an experimental computer chip implant called STEM. Now, this is actually awesome. Now, it's from the director Lee Whannell. He hasn't made that much stuff, but this is going to be his best thing he's ever made. Oh my god, it's getting the best reviews. I legit can't wait to watch this one. I mean, I saw this review the other day. Someone gave it 5 stars out of 5. I was like, that's pretty amazing. Yep. Pretty incredible. See what I did there? Well, it doesn't really count that, because they're 2 different movies. The Incredibles, and then you've got Tag, and then Upgrade. So basically, you've got one for the family, The Incredibles 2 out this week. You've got one for your mates to see. and Upgrade is one for adults and older teens. This is an absolute slasher flick. It actually also will contain strong violence, so it's not for the faint-hearted, but it will be very, very exciting. And it's also cheap filmmaking, so they didn't spend much money on it. And they've been calling it RoboCop meets Death Wish, with less satire. So, I just can't wait to see it. It's original too. It's just amazing. Another film we got out this week, Disobedience. Now, that's not showing at my cinema. I think it's a bit of a limited cinemas. It's a romantic drama, and it's basically about a woman, and she returns to the community that shunned her for a attraction to a childhood friend. Once back, their passions reignite as they explore the boundaries of faith and sexuality. Now, this is basically it's a lesbian movie. So it's about two lesbians, and it's a film which actually has a good cast. I mean, you've got written by Rebecca Lenguis, who wrote Ida, which is actually a popular French film, I'm pretty sure, foreign language film. But in this one, you got a very strong cast. You've got Rachel McAdams and Rachel Weisz. So they're the lesbian couple in here. And it's about a hidden love and, all of that. So, and it's good to see Rachel McAdams back, because we haven't seen her since Game Night. Since February, so yeah, I probably won't get to see it because it's not even showing in my area, so yeah, unfortunately, probably. But Rachel Weisz is also in it. Now, I saw her in March when I saw The Mercy, but this will be her film after. But this film actually released in 2017. I think that we didn't get it yet because we couldn't get it yet or something. But it's one of those roadshow entertainment films, so it'll be some good a good drama to see, actually. Now, another one which came out on Thursday, you've got The Leisure Seeker. Now, this is an adventure comedy drama, and it's a story about a runaway couple played by Helen Mirren and Donald Sutherland, and they go on an unforgettable journey in the faithful old RV they call the Leisure Seeker. So they're travelling from Boston to the Ernest Hemingway home in Key West. They recapture their passion for life and their love for each other on a road trip that provides relevation and surprise right up to the very end. Now, this is actually it's sort of a black comedy in ways, because it's actually quite dark at times. I haven't seen it, but I've heard what people have been saying. But that doesn't mean it's a film to get away from. It will be an interesting film to actually keep to watch. Actually, it will be good. I mean, it's an emotional journey about an old couple, and that's been married for half a century. I mean, it was once so they've been married for half a century, and he was a literate English teacher, and she's been giving birth to two beloved children who have their own families by now. But the thing is, he's suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and she's suffering from cancer. So they decide to do a trip. I'm not going to spoil much, but it is a bit of a sad movie, I've heard. No, I don't know if it's a popular director who's making it. You've got Paolo Vizzi. It's an Italian director. Now, it's their first English... It's her first or his first English movie, because they've been making Italian films, so I haven't really heard about it. I mean, I've heard about The Leisure Seeker, but I didn't know it was actually made by different people, like not made by American or US company or something. I mean, this cast star, but it must be based on a film which starred... It Italian people, or which was an Italian film. Well, it's got some strong producers as well. It's produced by Marty Eli Schwartz, and he's done a couple of producing roles actually. He produced Incarnate, Songs in Ordinary Times, and yeah, he worked on Playing for Keeps. So yeah, there's The Leisure Seeker. Yeah, you should check it out because I think it'll be some good fun actually. I mean, some good dark fun at times, but it'll still be good. Now, you've also got Ocean's 8 released. I've talked about that. Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, based on the 3 previous films by Steven Soderbergh. And it's about Debbie Ocean. She gathers an all-female crew to attempt an impossible heist at New York City's yearly Met Gala. It's directed by Gary Ross. And then you've also got Viridi Wedding. I was going to talk about that because I actually saw it the other day, but I didn't get to review it because I wasn't doing a show. But this film, I actually did enjoy it. I mean, I didn't know what to expect from it, but it actually was surprisingly good. I mean, it's directed by Shashankar Ghosh, and he directed Khubsurat. Now, Khubsurat also stars Sonam Kapoor, who is in Viridi Wedding. Now, it's sort of a similar bit. I mean, they're both romantic comedies, and they're both quite good, actually. And it's also produced by Anil Kapoor. Now, Anil Kapoor is a bit of a great actor, actually. He also produced Khubsurat. And this one's a quite popular film. It's basically Kareena Kapoor's comeback movie, because she hadn't been in a movie since 2016, Udda Punjab. So after 2 years, she makes a comeback in Viridi Wedding. And it's a quite funny comeback. She makes a comeback with Sonam Kapoor. Now, Sonam Kapoor is also a very popular actress. She's going to be in Sanju, which is releasing soon. She was in Padman this year. And she was in Nirja too. So basically, since Nirja, she hadn't been in a movie 2 years. But after Nirja, she went into a movie at Padman in 2018, this year. So she also had a 2-year break, so did Kareena Kapoor. So I don't know if there's a bit of a coincidence there, or I really don't know. But Swara Baska is also in this film. Now, she was in Premratan Dhanapayo in 2015. Also was Sonam Kapoor. And that's pretty good, I guess. Now, yeah, it's a comedy movie about 4 girls on their way to find true love, and they discover that friendship this strong has its own consequences. Now, yeah, I did see it. I really liked the songs, actually. I thought it was quite interesting. Like, it had some good songs like Bangara Dance Sajada, and there was like some other good songs, actually. And it does have a good message on it about family, I guess, about friends, and like, it's good to stay with your friends. It's quite a bit of a film. They wanted to make an impact there because they put strong language in an Indian film about like Indian women, like they're smoking, they're drinking, and they're talking about sex. And I don't know, it was just they wanted to make a movie about it. And I thought Sonam Kapoor was probably the best out of all of them. I mean, I also like Kareena Kapoor, but I thought Sonam Kapoor did the best performance in this one. Well, from start to finish, it's just a very nice, funny film. At times it can get boring, but it's just a film about a wedding, and then a wedding goes wrong, and then they go on a holiday to like Thailand, and it's about like girls, they want to have freedom and stuff. I mean, it was interesting. I didn't like say it was that bad. A lot of people are comparing it to a Indian Sex in the City. I haven't really watched it, so I can't compare. But I mean, it's one of those type of films. And it's quite hilarious at times. And they got some nice songs, like staying to the end credits, because they have another song. They have 2 songs after the movie finishes. So there's Tarifan and there's a Bangara Dansa Jada. I mean, this film, like, it sort of expresses, like, young mothers need to party hard, and like a bride, demands a drink to ease her stress. There's all this stuff in this film, like, about it. I'm not saying it's a really bad film. It's really interesting, especially Sonam Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor were the best in this one. But I mean, the film is a bit crude at times, and I thought the language wasn't necessary. Like, a lot of the times they used coarse language in a lot of scenes, and you just thought, I mean, it was so forced. It was like they didn't do a proper screenplay. But it was still a good film. I mean, I did like it a lot of the time because it was a nice film. Nice story, but not for a family. But still, it's a good, like, it's. And I know, like, lots of people have been saying it's like a really hilarious film. And you listen to those people because it actually is. And I'm happy that Anil Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor, they all helped in to get it. Because if it wasn't for them, this film wouldn't be there. Like, they actually, like, fight it and stuff, and they wanted a film like this to be out there. And that was actually pretty good. I mean, I heard it, yeah. And it was pretty awesome. It was good to see it on screen. I mean, you've got Kareena Kapoor. She's the one at the start of the movie, like, her boyfriend, he wants to get married to Kareena Kapoor. So he gets on one knee, and then she's like, oh. And then she's got to think about it and stuff. And then they have this big wedding. And then they go to a party and stuff, like. But it's a funny style movie. And then you've got Swara Bhaskar. Now I don't know, a lot of this was not needed, like, but I guess it was her character, like, she was a chain smoker. She played a chain smoker. In almost every scene, she was smoking pot, or she was smoking cigarettes, and drinking as well. But it's her character. I mean, they're trying to tell a story that there is like a bride, there's a bride's friends, and then also there was a mother in this film. So a mother who was actually married and had a child. It was interesting to see that side, and I guess they needed a sort of bad girl there who did a lot of drugs and everything, smoking. But some of it was just, I don't know, it was a bit not necessary, but I guess it was alright because it's a part of her character. I mean, I guess I'm not complaining. But if people say like it's a very, very bad film, you're wrong, because I think like the film's about like people, they're trying to find harmony in their relationships. And it's just one of those comedy drama stories. Like there's Kalindi, and she's played by Kareena Kapoor. She's a young woman, and she's basically about to get married to her boyfriend of 2 to 3 years. I mean, and then she's got to think about her because he proposed to her with the diamond ring. That was alright. I mean, it was interesting type of story. It's a chick flick in a lot of ways. It's a film you watch with your girls in one of those night outs. Like a girls' night out at the cinema, they would enjoy that. But I thought a lot of it was not necessary, and they tried to make impact. Like there was these gay uncles who were friends of Kalindi's. I thought they weren't needed in the story, like. And then like they go to dance things, and there's a transsexual when they're dancing on stage. Like they were trying to make an impact to like that community. I don't know what it was all about. Like they were trying to make. I thought it was really unnecessary when I saw that. I thought it was a bit stupid. And it did shock me, and it also thought it was very controversial. That's the word I'm looking for. Controversial. Like trying to make something which was not needed in the story. Like I thought, especially that thing was very, very stupid. I mean, it is a bit like Pyar Ka Panchnama and Sonu Ke Titu Ke Sweetie, but it's a different story. I mean, it's about Veer. And the Veer, like I did like a Veer means bro or a mate, because at the start of the movie, they started off with all the 4 girls who actually, when they're young, and you can already tell, like, some of them are really rude and everything. They start swearing at a young age. And then what I liked was they did a bit of an intro, like, they did an intro into the story, which had a bit of a slideshow of the names. It was like an opening credits type of thing. I thought it was smart, and haven't seen it for a while. I thought that bit was done well. And lots of other bits were done well, but it was also done a bit wrong at times. I mean, it's still a good film. Don't get me wrong. And then you've got Avni, played by Sonam Kapoor. Now, she's a friend of Kareena Kapoor. Sakshi, she played by Swara Bhaskar. And then you got Meera, played by Shika Talsani. Now, she's actually the married one. And all these characters, they unfold in an over-the-top Delhi wedding setting. It works like a charm. I mean, there's this one scene, they go drink alcohol, like, they say, oh, we're going to drink like dogs tonight. I mean, I don't know if that was needed. It was a bit stupid at times. But it was still a funny movie, and I guess they were trying to, like, the Delhi wedding culture. It was interesting to see how they get married and everything. And like the reception and everything. It was interesting, all those things actually. And then Sonam Kapoor, she says, "You bloody mother lover, why don't you go marry your mother?" I mean, it was just a comedy thing, and I thought it was pretty funny. But some people have actually dealt with it in a wrong way, and that's why there's lots of people posting really bad reviews of this movie. But it isn't neither. I mean, it's a good movie, but it's not the best movie. You know what I mean? Like, probably in my opinion, I mean, the choreography is excellent, and it's a comical wedding dance. They have all these funny wedding dances and moves and everything. And the friends go through emotional journeys. I mean, they split up. That's what happens in dramas. And the music at times, it's funny, but it also is a bit weird. The dialogue, the lyrics. And not just that, I mean, they also put drugs and alcohol in some of the songs. I don't know, they were trying to do something. But that Pepe Le Loon was an interesting song. And then there was a song at the end, you've got the Bangara Dance Sajida. That was a pretty crazy song because at the end of the movie, when the movie finishes, as I was saying, there's two songs. You got Bangara Dance Sajida, and during the movie you've got Bas Jira de Raja. That was a that was a good song. I remember like hearing it on the speakers at the cinemas. It was a nice song. And then you've got like an emotional song which plays when they like split up the couple, Ajana. That was also a really nice song. And then there was this quirky song which played, Large Sharam. They played it a couple of times during the movie. It actually is a nice song. I mean, it's good. And then they had the title song, Vire, which how the film starts. Also very good. And the last song ends with a bang, Tarifan. You can see it online. It's a pretty nice song. Thought the editing was alright. It was good. The performances are quite good. I mean, like all of them. I mean, the woman characters stand out, not really the male characters in this one. That's what they were going for. I mean, it's good. Kareena Kapoor, she uses too many F words. I mean, she's calm and charmful. But then they also put all these things which are happening in society, they add it to the film, which makes her like a bit of a boring character. But Sonam Kapoor, she was easily my favourite playing Avni. I mean, she actually played like a divorce lawyer, and that was funny. She was delightful, she was funny. You didn't think she was a bad girl, but at times she did do bad things. Well, they all do bad things. I mean, that's what they're trying to aim for in this film. I mean, it's a good ensemble comedy. I'll probably wrap it up. I mean, I'll probably give it like an 8-star out of 10. Because the music was very good, and so was the story. But during the end, it did get a bit like you want it to end. But lots of it was really good, and I mean, if they had no songs at the end, you would have left, but because they actually played a nice song in the end, you stay, which is good. That's why I stayed. I mean, you hear a nice song, you want to stay. I mean, it was good to add it to the story, I guess. See how I wrapped it up, yep. 8 out of 10, Vera Do Wedding. Now I'll talk about the hit release with the release which came out on Friday. You've got Race 3. Now, if you're not familiar with Race 3, it's gonna be a blockbuster. I mean, this is the movie to watch if you want to be entertained. It's already getting some great reviews. So it's a 2018, like it's an action thriller movie. It's directed by Remo de Souza. This will be one of his best films. The dialogue is written by people who wrote Race and Hamraz and Kiran Kotrul. She wrote Bodyguard and Fida, and the cast is pretty strong here too. You've got Jacqueline Fernandez as Jessica, which will be brilliant to see. Salman Khan plays Sikandar. You know, you love Salman Khan. We haven't actually seen him since Tigers in the Hail last year. Will be good to see him. But that's certainly not true because he's been in Welcome to New York as well. But what I mean, he was only in it for one song. You got main role coming with Salman now. Also in the film, you've got Anil Kapoor. We always love him. Bobby Deol. Will be good to see a comeback for him, because we haven't actually seen a film with Bobby Deol since 2017 with Poster Boys. But what I mean, he probably hasn't had a big blockbuster hit since 2013 with Yamala Pagala Divana 2. And now 2018 he's going into Race 3, the 3-part installment series. Will be great to see it. You also got Daisy Shah in here. Daisy Shah, she's been in J-Ho with Salman Khan. Saqib Salim, he's there too. He was in Dil Jungli, but that was cancelled in Australia, so nobody saw it. He was in Dashum. I do recognise him a bit, so he's got a main role in Race 3. I'm pretty sure it's main. And it's basically like a tips film production. And the story is pretty interesting. I mean, it's an action suspense thriller, and there's a lot of twists. I mean, it's one of those blockbuster films, and you just sit there and enjoy. It's not like Fast and the Furious. I mean, at times it could be, but they're not trying to copy it if you're wondering it's a copy. It's certainly not. There's some great things in Race 3. They certainly make a difference with the cast and everything. The trailer's pretty exciting if you haven't seen it. It's a blast actually. It's an exciting trailer. And the songs, you've got Party Chale On, which is a quirky song. And it's a very funny song as well. Funny type of song. And then you've got the other one, Here, which has Jacqueline Fernandez and Salman Khan, the two of them. And they go dance in that song. Another great song, Here. But not just Here, they have another really good song, which is called Selfish. Now, a lot of people may not like it. I mean, I have heard it's not that popular with some people, but it doesn't mean that other people don't enjoy it. I mean, I do like Selfish. I think it's a nice type of song, yeah. And absolutely, there's a lot of Salman fans out there. They just want to experience those action type of films. So that's what you want to see, basically. And I mean, what else is there to talk about? I mean, I can show you the race 3 trailer. I'll play the audio for you. Because I would like you to hear the trailer. It's a nice action packed, and the music in race 3 is very good. I mean, if you're not familiar with Salman Khan films, they make some very nice films. Like they made Tube Light, Hero, and then if you're not familiar with the race series, the first race, it had quite a number of stars. I mean, it had Katrina Kaif, who's actually also in the film Tigers in the Hay with Salman. But that's not just it. I mean, Saif Ali Khan was in the first 2 race films. Some people really miss him because he's not in the 3rd installment. But it's sort of not connected, I don't think. Like, I had no idea why did Saif Ali Khan, why did he leave race? Like, why didn't he want to be in race 3? I mean, it could have made him a lot of money. So, I really don't know why he left. But there would have been a reason. There would have obviously been a reason about him leaving. Yeah, but you just gotta think about it. Like I guess he left because he was already in it from 2008 when he did the first race, and then in 2013 he did race 2. But I guess they wanted a new person in it in 2018. That's why Salman went into the series. But I guess it was a good idea to see him. Oh, I guess I'll see you next week. I'll close up the program.